Welcome to Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Jesse Ott, the host of this podcast, which is all about beverage innovation. I talk with innovation pioneers from agriculture to glass. Thank you for listening, and be sure to subscribe to be notified of all new episodes. Hello, and welcome everybody to Thursdays. I've got Jake Karls, co-founder of Midday Squares. Welcome, Jake.
How you doing? I'm fired up to be here. Thanks for having me, and super excited to chat.
Yeah, me too. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I think I learned about you through Daniel Murray's Marketing Millennial podcast. I heard you, and I was like, I got to get to know this guy. He is super cool.
Listen, a great podcast, but for me, I'd like to have fun. I like to live in a serious world, not seriously. One thing that we've done while building this business and building my life the way I want to build it is just to try to have as much fun as possible, even in the moments that are hard and painful. So I try to bring that energy to whatever I do. And I appreciate, us having this conversation today.
Yeah, well, it's evident in what you just said, because your posts are amazing. I mean, you've got an amazing follower group. I think you have 50,000 plus followers on LinkedIn, and you're certainly an influencer, and you talk about, you don't hide anything, which is, I think, is really a great part of your story that I can't wait to dig into. And I think that's where people, like you were talking to Daniel about, that's where people really dig in, because they like the behind the scenes, they like the story, they like the personal struggles and all your wins. I mean, you feel like you win with you when you get a new, distribution in Costco. That was really fun to watch you and your team go through what that meant to you.
Yeah, it was. You know what? We started this business with the idea that we wanted to make our customers friends. We want to turn them into friends rather than just be transactional, which most businesses seem to have. And the way we did it was just basically make everyone feel like they're part of this and on the journey with us. So going through the good, the bad, the ugly, feeling the emotions, seeing the hardships, experiencing the wins together. And it brings a lot more value to everybody. It makes it more emotional rather than just those transactions. So for us, we're focused on friendship. Every business should focus on turning their customers into some sort of friendship or some sort of emotional connection, rather than just, I'm buying a product at this price. No.
Yeah, no, 100%. So where are you calling from today?
I'm based in Montreal, Quebec. I don't know where you are, but it's quite cold where I am. It's like negative 20 degrees outside.
Painful. I don't think you want to know where I'm calling from.
Florida?
Yeah, we have a house here near Orlando, and a good friend of mine from home. I'm from Iowa originally. She came down for the last week, and she's going home to 15 degrees, and I'm like, well, that's on you. You bought a plane ticket home.
Yeah, no, it's.
I feel for you guys.
I'm gonna be in Florida next week, so I'm gonna get that sunlight. But listen, for us, I wear shorts in the winters.
I see that.
Yeah, that's my energy.
Outside.
I love it.
How is he doing that?
It makes me so happy. Honestly, the truth is, look, for me, again, energy is a huge thing, whether it's in business or the personal world. It's contagious. People want to be around optimism, around hope, around positivity. There's too much negativity all over the place. So when someone offers this energy or this atmosphere, this environment that's fun, people just want to be around it. It attracts people to it. So that's my vibe. It's, you wear shorts in the winter, people are like, this guy's crazy. And now I'm used to it, and my legs aren't as cold as they used to be. And I think it's become part of my character.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, I love watching videos of you and the people that work in the grocery store when you dance down the aisle. That'll never get old for any of us.
Stuart,
that is so cherishable.
Stuart he's a legend. He's the manager of a store that we sell to, one of the first stores we sold to, and he's just, he makes doing business so fun. Him and I dance almost every week, every 2 weeks, let's call it, maybe at most. Where we go, I still hand deliver them product, which is kind of fun.
That's great.
Because the secret is I want to dance, to be honest with you. So we hang out and instead of talking about like merchandising or promo planning or any of that stuff, we just have fun, and people feel it, and people want to be part of it. And it seems like it should seem easy, actually. It should be easy to have fun. Being just humans should be what it is. But for some reason, sometimes the corporate world changes that. With this guy, Stuart, we have fun. And, he makes doing business a lot easier, let's call it.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that song Happy.
Yeah, it's a
Like you should,
happy.
yeah, you should totally do a video rendition of that with all your
Oh,
dancing.
oh, 100%. Maybe the next one that we do, we'll do that song. I think he'll love it. He usually picks the songs. That's the truth.
Okay, okay. Yeah, because that, I mean, it just brings a smile to your face every time you see it. It's so fun. And I love the last one I think I saw. He started breakdancing.
Oh, he's the best. He's a star.
So
The
great.
guy, the guy outdoes me every time. But the truth is, look, I always say this: customers see it. Millions of views online have seen it already.
Yeah,
Other
nice.
retailers see it. Everyone feels it. Like, like there's no secret. It's just make friends, be human, and turn business into something that it makes you feel alive rather than
Yeah,
a forced chore. Make your business experiences and your relationships make you feel energized and alive. Don't make them pull you down or feel tired or exhausted. And that's my way of living. And I'm trying to make more of my business like that.
yeah. You know, your interview had a huge impact on me because I am building my businesses as well and just launched my tech platform. And I just don't know how to connect the dots to that energy to what I'm doing. But it's very inspirational what you're doing. So, keep it up. It's contagious. It's really cool.
Well, I appreciate it. You'll figure it out. You'll figure your authenticity in there and it will strike through everything because there's too much inauthenticity in the world. So you'll go right through.
I appreciate that. I hope so. Well, it takes a lot longer than, 30 or 45 days too. You can't
There's
do
no
it all
such
at
thing as
once.
there's no such thing as overnight success.
That's right.
It's always the 15-year, 20-year overnight success story, not the 45,
Exactly.
not the 45 day or 1 year. It's highly
Yeah.
unlikely.
Yeah. Highly unlikely. It's just too hard. There's too many moving parts. And then if you're a producer like you are, you gotta be able to make the materials and all the packaging, supply chain. Like there's a lot that go into it that, you worked a long time to get that Costco business. You gotta ramp up and scale.
It's fascinating. Honestly, I have this thing, Jesse, where I realized that the small wins that happen every day or the small steps forwards, the baby steps end up compounding into something massive over time. Costco was a
Yep.
many baby steps taken for
Yep.
many years till the big moment came. And it did come. It did. But there was a ton of movement, small little movements every day
Mm-hmm.
forward, hardships, adversity, but keep pushing, and eventually it comes. And it's like the law of compounding. There's the law of compounding that's really, really something fascinating. And I think as a human and as a business, you need to understand that nothing's going to happen really, really quickly. Greatness takes a lot of time. It's patience, execution, and
Yeah.
compounding is a real thing. Yeah, sometimes it's easy to say things aren't getting done. There's no movement. There's nothing really happening. But then boom, it hits. And it's not just because that thing hits the day of. It's because all the hardship and the work you put in for the last 2, 3 years. That's why it's hitting. And so I
Yep.
always tell people, just be patient.
Yeah. It takes time. You got to build those relationships, and those relationships change and move and grow. And you know I don't know the food side business like I know the beverage business, but a
Yep.
lot of times we may move around, but we move around in the same industry. So typically you don't go from beer to wine and spirits. Think it's more fluid now than it used to be, versus beer people kind of getting into the wine and spirits. So I assume your buyers kind of stick with food because it's what they know.
Yep.
But
Yep.
yeah, but you can kind of follow them too. And that's actually kind of helpful also in some ways, right? Because if they go somewhere you don't have distribution, you can pick up some new stores. So
I
are you
love it.
from Quebec?
I'm born and raised. Yeah.
Born and raised. Okay.
But I travel every week. So like I'm in the US weekly. I'm in Canada, the other side. We're building a multinational business. So
Yeah.
multiple countries.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Yeah, I was going to talk to you about representing you guys in the military because I
Oh
think
yeah.
that's a perfect snack for the troops.
Yeah, we should do that. That would be awesome. I think we're a great snack for first responders. We're big,
Yeah.
out on that, like, firefighters, paramedics, law enforcement officers, they love it because they're on the go. They need something quick that's clean, that gives them fuel. So we do a lot of that, even the hospitals. But I think that the military would be interesting 100%. If you know people, let us know if there's a distribution way of doing that. Because for us, our mission is to make people's afternoon a better snack. Like, it's to give people a better snack in the afternoon that's better for you, got some protein, got some fiber, keeps you full, makes you feel good, and still tastes good, right? And that's what we're really trying to do, is dominate that afternoon. Everyone, 87% of people snack in the afternoon. So if we could be that snack for them, that's what we're trying to do. Yeah, it's crazy.
80%?
Yeah, 80+%
men and
or
women?
something.
Wow,
I don't
that's
know
a lot.
the exact numbers on that, but I could tell you that a lot of people do a lot of snacking in the afternoon. People forget. They always think morning time or after a workout. No, when you're hustling and you're working and you're grinding, people want that snack. They want their coffee and their snack. So we're trying to be in that zone. That's really what we're trying to do.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I have my tea here, and I was just going to eat a brownie.
Yeah, now you're going to eat a midday square.
Exactly. I'd rather have protein because we're trying to, we're older and we're trying to be better. And the more protein and more snacking you eat, you burn more fat, that whole thing, metabolism thing, Yeah, so we're working on that.
We're just trying to make a better for you product that tastes good and can be part of someone's everyday snacking. Yeah, you'll love the Midday Square.
I can't wait. Yeah.
People, myself, many other people, it's an everyday snack. It's your 2 p.m.
Yeah.
And that's it.
How many flavors do you have?
We have brownie batter, almond crunch, cookie dough, peanut crunch, and peanut butter, regular peanut butter.
Are they all gluten-free, soy-free, all that stuff?
Yeah. Gluten-free,
Nice.
soy-free, dairy-free. They're vegan. They've got real foods, no preservatives, no additives.
Are there raw nuts or is it all butter?
It's a mix. Some have a mix.
Okay. And where can we get them here in the U.S.?
We can get them at Target. So you get them at Whole Foods, Sprouts, Fresh Time, Fresh Market.
Fresh Market, yep.
Amazon Fresh, Amazon.com, MiddaySquares.com, and then in Canada, there's a bunch of stores as well.
Yeah.
But we're working on increasing the distribution more and more. But and there's a bunch of mom and pop spots that we sell across the United States.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about that military, or if you have a contact you want me to get in touch with, that'd be really fun. I think the military would be a great spot, space for it.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, Jesse.
Yeah, no, I want to get involved because I think it'll be so much fun working with you guys. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Yeah. Where did it begin?
So we started Midday Squares in August of 2018 when we launched the company, but my sister was working on this snack for two or 2.5 years prior to launching this company. She was making this as an afternoon snack for my brother-in-law, her husband, that was looking for something that was still chocolate but indulging, but a little better for you. And she made him this snack because she's a foodie. And they had it for like 2 years. And then eventually he ended up wanting to work with my sister. My sister wanted to work with him on a business, and food was the common denominator of what they loved. And they read a report one day that showed that dark chocolate was growing very fast year over year, and that plant-based proteins were also growing very fast year over year. So they decided to launch the product they were making every day. They're like, oh, wow, this is a chocolate bar with plant-based proteins and real food ingredients. And
cool.
they got that commercialized, and they asked me to join as the third founder. And they're like, hey, before we launch, we want you to help blow up this brand, make it relevant, make people feel something, build a community around it. And I looked at them and I said, at the time, I was just closed my other business, and I was like, you know what? I have nothing better to do. I was just off a heartbreak, closing a business, a lot of hardship. And I was like, I need something to keep me busy, joined in. And the idea was, let's build the next, hopefully biggest, chocolate snacking business, which is now what we're trying to do, is build the next biggest afternoon snacking business that's in the better for you space. And we started making them in our condo kitchen, hand making them every day from 5 a.m. till 5 p.m. And then we would actually hand deliver from 5 p.m. till 10 p.m. because we couldn't afford shipping. That startup life. And we did that for a bit of time. And as we were doing that, we were actually recording and filming everything on social media to show people this is what it looks like to build a business behind the scenes, the good, the bad, the ugly, you name it.
Yep.
And next thing you know, started getting some demand. We got a little local retailer, a little bagel shop took a chance on us, then a little local natural store. And the next thing you know, we're 9,000 stores across North America. We've sold over 50 million chocolate bars to date now. We built our own factory that can produce over 100,000 bars a day. And we have a community of, over 600,000 folks that are part of our fam. I'd say that what we're trying to accomplish is just become a brand that's part of people's lives, be a staple in someone's home, be a staple in their life, but also be a brand that makes them feel something deep. And that's what we're trying to do. And it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And again, the overnight success story could take 20, 30 years. And we're okay with that.
Yeah. No, that's great. I mean, it just takes one to get started, right? Like at the beginning, it just takes one. And then you got your story, and then you just, the dominoes fall, and yeah, you don't get that success overnight. But I'm glad you guys are have the right headspace to grow gradually, because it's gonna take time, but you'll get there. Because you're out there.
Listen, I think that at the end of the day, this is my mentality: is as long as we feel alive every day and we feel energized and we're having fun, even though it's really hard and there's a lot of pain associated with that.
Yeah.
Then we should keep building, keep going. The moment it stops being fun, the moment it stops being, it stops making me feel alive every time I wake up, is the moment this business is no longer for me. And it hasn't happened, and I don't think it will happen. But the most critical thing is to just do something that's meaningful to you, do something that's purposeful. And over time, if you work really hard, you build, hopefully it will reward you with whatever you believe reward is. And that's what we're trying to do here at Midday Squares is we are slowly trying to win the refrigerated, because we're in the refrigerated section, win the refrigerated section for snacking. And it's happening in real time, but it's happening slowly, but it's foundational. And I really want Midday Squares to be a brand that lives on forever, whether, I'm in it or not. But yeah, all I can tell you is having fun and feeling purposeful will drive you to accomplish and achieve and beat out all the adversity that you're going to go through when you start a business.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, you mentioned the refrigerated section, so I want to talk a bit about that. Can you talk about why it needs to be in the refrigerated section?
Yeah, so we like two things. We actually like the refrigerated section. We believe where the consumer today is moving more and more towards better for you, fresh snacking, meaning like, less preservatives, less additives. And that's what keeps us fresh. That's what is the preservative for Midday Squares is the cold. It's the natural cold air, right? But the second thing is look, like if you look at the bar aisle in a typical supermarket, there's so many bars. There's almost like a decision fatigue that happens when you're out there and looking at it. So for us, being in a different section actually is beneficial. That being said, the logistics is extremely hard to have refrigerated chocolate being shipped all over the place. That's been a lot harder to learn. But again, we're getting better at supply chain. We're getting better at logistics. And again, not overnight. It's taken 6.5 years to understand this space. For us, we're very bullish. We're very big believers on fresh snacking growing over the next 5-10 years, even further than that down the line. And I think that it'll become more and more popular as we see consumers wanting more fresh products.
Yeah, for sure. So the backgrounds of the three founders had no experience in food. So you're all learning every day.
Yeah. My sister, my brother-in-law and I, we all had different backgrounds, different entrepreneurship backgrounds. We started other different businesses each. What we have is perseverance, resilience, grit, and belief, unconditional belief in what we're doing, and product market fit. The product actually is product market fit. But the three of us understand what we're not good at, and then we hire talent that is good at it to help us build. We're very delegate and trust. Delegate and trust can lead to greatness within an organization. And Midday Squares wouldn't be here today without the team we have here with us right now. They're phenomenal. The three of us are good at what we do, but without our team, we're nowhere. And I hope they listen to this podcast and hear this because they're absolute stars. And you need a good team to build a great business. You need a great, even a great team. Sorry, not even just a good team, a great team to build a great business.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's all about the employees and having fun. I mean, yeah, you work, but having fun is important because you only get one life, right? You got to enjoy it while you can. I know 100%. There's a lot of people that are miserable in their job, and it just you got a choice, just get out. But I know it's hard right now with the economy.
Yeah, it's hard. No, listen, it's hard. The economy is not the best right now. But that being said, all I can tell you is this: humans are resilient, and what we can accomplish as humans is fascinating. We can do the impossible, and we will all build something great over time. And I think that anyone that wants to start a business that's listening to this podcast is just know this: it's you might see the headlines and all the fun stuff that entrepreneurs get to do, but The truth is most of the time it's not the glamour. It's actually a lot of time putting out fires. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of adversity. There's a lot of hardship, which life comes in any other format. You have a job, there's hardship, everything. Life is hard in a lot of ways, but entrepreneurship is sometimes very lonely and painful because you're misunderstood. So just be able to just understand that you're going to have to withstand an immense amount of pain to continue and succeed over time. And I wish someone told me that at the beginning of this journey, because what keeps me going is the energy that I get from living doing what I do every day, but also believing in that we can build something very big and impactful, and just having that mission so clear and step by step, we know where we got to go. But it's hard. It's hard for every business, whether they're $1 billion business or a $1 million business. There's a lot of fires to put out. And
Yep.
I just think that people always think it's always just sunshine. It's not.
It's not at all. But to your point, it's when you wake up every day and you're excited to go to work, you're doing the right thing. And, I think as an entrepreneur, I talk about this on the podcast all the time. Every day's Groundhog Day. Every day's a Monday, because you're always working to get the first few years. Like Mikashino, she created a snack, a mochi gummy snack, and she's like, what the founders don't talk about is the first 2 years you sacrifice pretty much everything to get it going, and it takes that dedication, because you're the advocate for that business, and it takes all the energy you have.
Yeah, if you don't want to give the energy to a business, it's likely not going to get anywhere. It's really, you got to really build that foundation. It takes a lot of energy to build that foundation. And once the foundation is built, the company can carry its way through.
Yeah, with the right team, with the great team. I was going to ask you to tell me some words that describe, an entrepreneur, and I feel like you kind of did that,
Yeah, I would say
grit and
resilience, grit, perseverance, and an ability to withstand immense amount of pain for a long time.
Yeah. What part is your pain?
I just think that, for us, we built our own manufacturing. So there's a lot of ops, when you're building products and hustling and grinding and moving and grooving, especially scaling a product that's never been scaled, at least that we know of in the past. It's been very difficult, and balancing that with growing the brand has been hard. We are a manufacturer, but we are also a brand. We are two under one roof, right? So it's been, again, I told you, little wins every day, little momentum every day has led to a lot of big wins over time, right? Last month we had one of our greatest sales months in history of our company, and it was crazy. But you don't feel it, you don't really realize it, because you're in the grind, you're in that pain all day. But there's little progress happening and compounding over time to create these big wins. One thing I could say to anybody is just keep moving forward, no matter how hard it is. Just keep moving forward, and also know when to put the bat down too, like when to stop. But because you don't want to burn out and have all these issues. But what I would say is allow positive momentum to force forward. Momentum is one of the greatest human forces that we have, and we got to use it when we can.
No, 100%. Let's talk about the products just a little bit. What do they sell for here at Target?
Target's been an amazing partner of ours, and one of our big believers. And they sell it anywhere from $249 to $279, $299 to $299, depending on the region, depending on where the store is. Gotcha. And that's for one bar, and it's in line. It's competitive. Again, we use all real foods. We don't use any artificial flavors or additives. So that's what we can do, and with our price point. But look, there's promos that go on. There's also multi-packs that have a bigger slope discount. Again, our idea is that we want everyone to be able to have a Midday Square.
And how much protein is in them?
6 grams per square.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, it's tasty.
What was the thought behind the flavors that you came up with?
So a mix of like data that we buy on some of the data companies, the analytical companies that have accumulated data, and then data from our own customers that we ask. We'll make an Instagram story or a post and get hundreds, if not thousand plus pieces of content that is relevant for us to know what people like. So we parlay those two together. We take the bot data and then our own data from our consumers, and we mix them and come up with our own answer out of that.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. Speaking of French, I spent a year in France and I studied it for like 4 years in high school and in a semester in college. So we have an airport like 10 minutes from our house that flies to Quebec. So my wife and I are really excited. We want to come check it out some summer. Not
You
the
should do
winter.
it. Yeah, yeah. Come in the summertime. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to get up there.
Love it.
So what's your number one selling item?
Our cookie dough or our peanut butter, those two are very head on head in terms of amount sold. To be honest, with you.
Okay. It kind of changes depending upon
Yep.
the month, I guess, per se.
Day, month, you name it.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. All right. And do you have any mentors that helped you guys along the way since you
So
were
many.
kind of
So many. I have so many people that I consider mentors, so many people I follow on social media that I consider mentors. There's so much information out there, so much wisdom, so many individuals,
so much?
so
Yeah.
much that I try to accumulate whatever I can and, take it in and read a lot and watch a lot of things and then meet up with people if I can. And I just listen. I think it's important to listen and then whatever you want to do with the information that's given to you, you do. But like at the end of the day, also you are the one running your business. So it's you in your own shoes. There's no one else in your shoes. So knowing that while listening to advice is important, but taking everything with a grain of salt is critical. But what mentors to me do is less on the advice. It's more of feeling less alone out there and feeling that there's somebody out there that can empathize at least, or can be there and uplift you and get you through some of those hard
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah. No, 100%. Is there anybody that you want to mention in particular, or are you saying that they're just sort of all in together? Just a
Yeah,
little
look,
bit from this person and that person, and yeah.
whenever I can see some of these people, I love seeing them. I'm hanging out. I go to their houses sometimes, but also sometimes a phone call here or there for 2 minutes is good. But also, like I said, social media. You could follow some of these great
Yeah.
individuals that share their mind almost every day. They share their wisdom. If you have internet, it's a huge way to have mentors in your life. They don't need to know you.
Yeah.
You experience their knowledge. You can read their books. Sometimes they have the biographies and stuff like that. This is golden information. This is it's a privilege to have.
Yeah. No, I did that. I still do that. I don't do it enough because, when you're in your car, you're listening to podcasts all the time. And I am only in the car if I go to the gym. And so I love podcasts for that exact reason. There's so much wisdom out there. I mean, people are doing amazing things.
There's so many people around the world doing incredible things, whether it be in their personal lives or business. And you could learn from a lot of it. We could all learn from a lot of it. Being open to it is critical.
Any key resources that you want to mention that helped you along your journey?
I think therapy has been a big one for us as business leaders. We've done a ton of therapy, and that's been really good in terms of making us better people, better leaders. I think another thing is just, when you're going through something, asking for help is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing.
It's hard.
Yeah, but you got to it's an ego thing that's just an ego thing. And working past that is critical to growing your business and critical to growing you as a person. So I think that was something early on that I struggled with. Now, when I'm going through a moment or we have an issue in the business, we reach out to the people that we know can help. And we're not embarrassed or not shy. We're vulnerable and transparent. And it really does go a long way.
No, 100%. I love that. That's really cool. Therapy. Is there any particular kind, like group therapy as leaders?
We do group as leaders, or we do individual. I think any type of coaching is really good to making you a better individual or a better leader.
And is that an ongoing thing, like a monthly thing?
Yeah, it's every 2 weeks or so, 10 days to 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Like a little leadership session.
Yeah.
Really. That's really cool. So what is your outlook for you guys? Like, what are you thinking in the next 2 to 5 years?
We're hoping to scale this business to $100 million in the next 3 years. That's just from an impact standpoint and size and distribution. So increasing distribution, getting even more world-class at operations and manufacturing. So we're trying to get to the top level of that quality, safety, which obviously is priority number one at the business.
Yeah.
And then, just continue to have fun, continue to have fun and build a team that is very strong, very foundationally strong making my partners and I less and less relevant to the day-to-day and, let's start stepping back more and more and more and just being brand builders, visionaries, relationship builders.
Yes.
innovators, all that stuff. So that's what we're trying to do. And I'm excited to embark on that journey.
Do you envision creating another type of product besides?
My team's working on some really cool innovation right now, like that is different than the current line that we have. And if we get to that, it will be cool to see. But again, it's under afternoon snacking. So like it's still under that profile of function
Okay.
and use.
Nice. Okay. Okay. So you're not going to come out with beverages or anything like that.
Not in the current moment.
I wouldn't. It's too hard. I mean, there's a lot of noise in that space too. So stick with what you know.
Thank you.
It's winning. It's learning so much. I mean, just trying to learn LinkedIn and YouTube and I'm like trying to learn how to advertise and all the things. Like, I feel like you need a PhD in YouTube. Like, it's ridiculous.
Crazy. It's wild. It's a wild thing. But listen, the ability to learn is a skill. And if you can learn, you could use it, and then you could be at an advantage.
Yeah. No, I love to learn. So I learn something every day. I'm really digging my heels into this AI. I've been able to train my AI prompt to create 15 videos in 4 hours and have everything posted and ready to go. Like, it's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really incredible. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do it. Like, you just can't write that much on your own that fast. You know what I mean? It's pretty
wild.
Cool.
It's wild. But look, that's what I'm saying. It's great. It's great to have different skill sets, different learnings, different tools in place.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. So what does Jake like to do when he's not working?
I like to play outdoor hockey. I like to read. I like to work out. And I enjoy playing board games with my friends, to be honest with you.
What kind of board games?
I play Catan weekly.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I love it. Settlers of Catan, great game. So much fun, so much thinking, so much energy, so much good bonding experiences with my childhood friends.
Oh, that's cool. I know we got a group of friends that just love it.
So much fun.
And they last forever, right? These games last forever.
Oh yeah, it cycles. It's amazing.
All right. Well, what's your website? Do you want to call out your website, or
just follow up Midday Squares on social media, or add me on LinkedIn, Jake Karls, if you want to connect, or Jake Karls on Instagram. And if you ever want to buy a Midday Square, www.middaysquares.com. You could buy on our website, or you could check the store locator, which means the closest store to you. It will give you, and we're always in the refrigerated section of the store.
Nice. And a great price, under $3.
That's the goal.
Yeah, that's 100. That's great. That's huge. Well, I was wondering if you would indulge with me on a little
Tell me what the adventure is.
Will you dance with me?
Yeah. Would you like me to dance?
Let's do it. It's not quite as fun on a little screen.
I love dancing, though. I do love dancing, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I love dancing too. Yeah. It's just a release of all the things.
Dopamine.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. It's more scientific than what I was saying. I guess probably a lot of scientific background behind dancing and how it makes you feel.
I agree.
Anyway,
it's having a good time. I mean, it's the most important thing.
Yeah, 100%. So anything else that we haven't mentioned yet today, Jake, that you want to talk about?
No, just go out there and be yourself unapologetically. Have fun. I appreciate you having me on this conversation. It was a great time. And I look forward to anyone that wants to connect in the future.
Okay, awesome. Well, this is so fun. And thank you for sitting down with me. I know you're super, super busy, so I really appreciate it. And stay warm up there.
I will do my best. Shorts in the winter. Let's go.
Let's go. Au revoir.
Woo.
Ciao. A
Ciao.
bientôt.
À bientôt. Wait, c'est bon.
Produced by Fedora J Productions. Tune in next Thursday and have a great week.